had my shoulders exposed in June. Slutty Wednesday was not about our right to wear bikinis to school. It's just that I don't think
I should be ogled by administrators to decide whether or not my body is too sexual.
I don't think
it's right to force girls to cover up themselves because boys supposedly can't control themselves.
I don't think
an extra inch of thigh is the difference between academic excellence and moral decrepitude.
girls shouldn't be told they're not going to get a husband if they keep dressing the way they do.
So girls in short shorts distract boys?
that's great.
A simpler way of putting it, girls distract boys.
That was a big reason they had for keeping our school gender segregated in the first place.
Yet somehow, after members of the opposite sex started sitting next to each other in class,
We still learned.
we still studied.
We still got into college.
How did that work?
Because we decided it was more important for girls and boys to be able to get the same education
Than to try to protect boys from the sight of women in the classroom.
Now we must decide that girls should be able to wear comfortable, standard summer clothing.
Instead of having to cover themselves.
To try and protect boys from the sight of sluts in the classroom.
For the dress code, funnily enough, people didn't come to school in their underwear. Because kids still like their clothing.
And their parents still had input. And they didn't have to be verbally abused to know how to dress. Stuyvesant's dress code
It's unfairly enforced.
It targets girls with
Longer arms.
or shorter torsos.
They can't find suitable attire in normal stores.
and are forced to sweat more.
Through unair-conditioned classrooms.
it targets girls with
Curves.
Or a fashion sense.
Who might even be following rules. But are told they're too
curvy or
Club ready for school.
In a particular and often appropriate outfit.
Stuyvesant's dress code
Is enforced by administrators that don't face any consequences.
for insinuating that a man won't marry a girl who wears short clothing.
or that you'll get raped if you show some skin. And that it's your duty to cover up so you don't entice men into raping you. Or they tell you to think knees or wear pants.
Without realizing the sweating in long clothing.
Is more distracting than a leg. Or that allow boys in tank tops to pass by. Because apparently a male shoulder.
It's less distracting than a female one.
Stuyvesant's dress code
Is based on the same blame the victim, slut-shaming ideas.
They kept our school male only in the first place.
boys
And girls.
learn to deal with studying together in the past.
Now they'll learn to deal.
With what is already a widespread
Socially acceptable thing to do.
showing your thigh.
Or your shoulder.
When it's hot out.
And for those administrators who say
We have to cover ourselves up.
for the sake of male teachers who would be unfairly distracted by our outfits.
Really?
Now we're siding with mature 30-year-olds.
who apparently can't control their eyes over the underage students.
We're the ones at fault here?
Really?
Stuyvesant's dress code.
Is unfair.
Badly enforced.
Subjective.
And wrong. Schools should stop focusing on what constitutes as well below the fingertips.
And instead focus on breeding individuality.
Expression. And ingenuity. In our male and female students.
The dress code.
Needs to be redressed. It needs to be redressed.
Redress the dress code.
Do it.
Now.